if I go for an expensive specialist lender, so an expensive specialist lender due to poor credit history, after how many years would I be able to go to a high street lender which would most likely be cheaper? So Becky, depending on how bad the credit history is, and depending on how historic that information is, so my conversation before with Helen, hers was 3 years ago, so the older that gets, the easier it becomes to get back onto the high street. So it would depend how old that credit history, that poor credit history is, would depend how long it will take to get you back onto the high street and a potentially cheaper interest rate. So there are specialist lenders out there that if you have a default, unpaid or paid, or you have other various different types of poor credit history, there are specialist lenders that will take you on at a higher interest rate. Normally a bigger deposit and a higher interest rate, but ultimately it's better that than spending £800 a month on rent and throwing that down the drain. So sometimes that's a trade-off. And then the idea is a few years' time passes, you've got a good history building up on paying a mortgage, you've not had any other credit history issues, and then in a few years' time we can remortgage your house. So remortgage just means changing the mortgage, but we can change it hopefully onto the high street and get you a better deal. And when we talk about the high street, we mean any of the other lenders that are not specialist lenders, your Halifaxes, your Nationwides, your Royal Bank of Scotland's, who will offer you a normal high street mortgage deal.